This is Roger with Wheel Kinetics in Tucson. We're selling this truck. It is a 2005 Ford F350 crew cab. Obviously it's a dual rear wheel, 6.0 turbo diesel, 4-wheel drive, and it's a King Ranch. It's got the King Ranch interior. Beautiful truck, 78,000 miles. When they sold it to us, the insurance company, what was stolen were the seats, front and rear seats. We found a nice rear seat and so-so front seats for it. I think what the front seats really need is just some saddle soap and a little bit of TLC. We sent them to detail, but they just pretty much clean them and vacuum them. They don't really get into them. Usually I see them clean up a little bit better with a couple hours or so of scrubbing and whatever. They're just like a saddle. They're pretty bulletproof, so I will show you what I'm talking about in a minute. The tires in this thing are in great shape. I would say the fronts look like they're probably at least 50% tread. The paint and body on this thing is almost perfect, which is very rare on a tow type of vehicle. I saw this little mark right here that was touched up, and gosh, a couple high-speed rock chips, which, you know, gosh, it's amazing. This thing's in beautiful shape. Thank God that insurance companies are smart enough, that's sarcastic, to sell these on salvage titles. Anyway, you can get an explanation of why it's a salvage title. We have a little video that explains the difference between collision theft and collision salvage and theft salvage. This vehicle is not wrecked. I don't think this thing's even been touched by anything in its life, much less wrecked. It's got the Rancho suspension. Just a beautiful truck. This would be a great lake vehicle. This is probably how they broke in. I see the broken handle here. We don't want to deal with it. We can probably fix that lock a little bit, but we're not going to deal with that handle because we'd have to paint the whole handle. And it's really not necessary. I see a little chip right here. I mean, golly. This is crazy. There's your tread on the rear tires. Look higher tread than the fronts. I don't know if it's a dually guy thing, but I always find that when I get these trucks that the tread patterns on the inside tires are different from the outside, and there's probably a reason for it, but I don't know. So if somebody knows why, let me know so I can be more informative in my videos. But the tread on the rear tires look like it's probably 70%, 80%. Just a beautiful truck. Got the parking sensors. You got a spare tire that's got a ton of tread on it. Very rare. We never guarantee spares because they usually steal them. The bed looks flawless. Nice little Line-X bed liner. I don't think that they towed anything with this thing ever. It's too straight. Gosh, even if you're careful, you could do some damage to the tailgate or bumper, and they didn't. So, I don't know. I don't know why you would own this vehicle and not use it, but they didn't. And then the insurance company followed up with a stupid salvage title, which, of course, saves us a lot of money, and you a lot of money. Alrighty, let's see. There's the Ford stamp on the passenger fender. You can see the Ford stamp kind of here on the core support. There's your Ford stickers on the core support in the front. I show you this stuff so that you know that they're there and that they haven't been replaced. There's the Ford stamp on the right in front of my finger on the passenger core support. And there's that on the stamp on the driver fender. Well, it looks fantastic. Pretty truck. Show you the roof here. This thing is really clean. Holy cow. Anyway, this seat was bought separately from the front seats, and the rear seat looks fantastic. It's got this little indentation. It looks like something sat on it. It'll probably pop out. And there's the cup holder. There's the VIN. God, just a nice truck. Really nice truck. Tire stamp, man, it's just... Ugh. God, if it wasn't a dual rear wheel and about 3 inches too long, this would be my summer vehicle. You see the seat condition here? This is, you know, obviously saddles get wet, and so I'm sure this thing would clean up a lot. I mean, I don't know how much a lot is. Let me see what we can do here. Make sure the seat works. That's up and down. That's forward. There's your carpet. Obviously they're heated also. Your door panels look great. So like I said, I would just get some of that saddle soap and just work this thing really hard for a couple days, and I would guarantee, I wouldn't guarantee, not guaranteeing stupid, but I would guess that it would get probably 80 or 90% better, because a lot of this stuff looks like it's just dirt that would just come off. Alright, let's see. Got some decent wear on the, not so bad on the leather on the steering wheel. He also put some gauges on this thing for us, which is kind of cool. Let's see. All right. I don't know if they have the radio working or not. I'm not good at these radio things, man. It's a Kenwood deck. I don't know if it's hooked up or not. Gosh. There we go. I see fire in the hole. I don't know what I'm doing here. It says code on it. Anyway, you've got to, I don't know. I don't know. That's hardly a problem, I don't think. I don't think that would be the reason not to buy this, because I can't figure out how to work the radio. Let's see. This seat's in a lot better shape, obviously. Passenger seat, driver's seats get a lot more use. There's your passenger seat. There's your center console. Let's see. That. There we go. Alright. The air's blowing nice and cold. It's a hot day today, too. It is not pleasant today. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, though, which is kind of unusual. We still only have had a couple 100-degree days, so pretty balmy. All right, let's go through let's see if we can find all the stats here. All right, 78,428 miles. Here's all your gauges here. Let's do a little systems check here. Back to there. So you got tow haul here. Oh yikes, it's a little zoomed up there. Tow hauling off. Let's see. Obviously we got an aftermarket radio, so that's not going to matter. You got cruise control here. You got tires. There's your pedal adjustment. Let's make sure that the sliding rear window works. And it does. And we have a moonroof. And that works fine. All right. Let's see. Let's make sure that the parking sensors work. Let's back up to something here. There we go. And they work, hear it? Alright. Alright, now, let's see. Let's put it in 4 low. Now we're in 4 low. Put it in drive. 4 low, there we go. Wow, that's a ton of torque. Holy cow. Put it in reverse. Perfect. Alright, let's go to 4 high. Now we're in 4 high. Drive. Perfect. Reverse. Perfect. This is a sweet truck, people. I'm liking it. Alright. Let me turn the air up a little bit. I'm warm. Alright. I'm going to take this thing over to the gas station. It says that we're low on fuel. And then I'm going to go take a couple, maybe 150 HD pictures for our ad. If you come to Tucson and drive it home, you're going to have a restored salvage title. We can't get temporary plates, or any plates for that matter, without at least a restored salvage title on a vehicle. They can't do it on a salvage title. So we do that for $200. We take it down to motor vehicle. The cops, gun-carrying cops, inspect them and give us a level 3 inspection. It's called. We take the level 3 and the salvage title to motor vehicle and get you a restored salvage title. Then we can issue temporary plates, and then of course you go in with your title signed off to you and get your own plates at some point. But we can issue a 90-day permit. If you pay by, if you come here and pick it up in person, then you're going to pay the $200 because you're going to have the plates, plus our tax of 2%, which is our city tax, plus whatever your state tax rate is. If your state tax rate is 0, all you're going to pay is 2% tax, $200 to restore, and we have a $250 dock fee. If you pay by wire and ship, I strongly suggest you having it restored, unless you know for sure that when you get it there, you can get it restored in your state, your motor vehicles, with just a bill of sale and a salvage title. That's all we're ever going to be able to provide you with. There are no receipts for anything missing, which is what a lot of states want, because nothing was stolen. And it's, just make sure you talk to your motor vehicle before you let it leave this state without a restored salvage title. Some states are simple, some states are not, like Connecticut. If you go to the People's Republic of Connecticut, you might as well not buy the truck, unless you get it restored here. What's the other thing I need to tell you? I think that's it. Like I said, if you pay by wire, let me do this from 0. Here we go. Let's see how long it takes to get 13,000 pounds rolling. Beautiful. Wow, this thing is sweet. Woo! This road is horrible too. Gigantic potholes. Yeah, it's not a good road. So anyway, please check it out. You know everything. Get your deposit in. Without a deposit, we don't have a deal. Just because we have an agreed upon price does not mean we have a deal. We're not going to sit and hold a vehicle for days while you figure out if you have the money to pay for the car. Okay? That's happening all the time. We're very popular all of a sudden. People are on to us now, and so they know they can buy these vehicles. They know we're representing them correctly, and therefore they think that they're like holding the vehicles while they search for the money. Have the money first. If you don't have a deposit in, we do not have a deal. We'll sell it to the first person who has money, whether we have an agreed upon price or not. So get that $500 deposit in, and it shuts everybody out. Okay? Thank you very much. Great truck. Zero fear here. Have a great week.